we were the first public asset manager to gain exposure to Bitcoin in 2015 when it was $250. I think today it's $44,000. And we think it's just begun. But I don't think most institutional investors are positioned the way they ultimately will be. A lot of retail has really led the charge here. They, like with our other funds, the retail investor, the individual investor, those people with one foot in the new world, they get what we do. They get Bitcoin. Many people think monetary policies around the world have been unhinged, especially since 08-09, and they're seeing extreme increases in the monetary base, various monetary bases around the world. So Bitcoin is a hedge against inflation. Now, that will turn into inflation if the reserves on central bank balance sheets, which are the kindling for inflation, if they're lit. And that means if bank loans go crazy to the upside. We're seeing a share shift when it comes to loans into DeFi. So, there's a big, I think the banks have a big problem. They're losing talent to crypto, so they're having to raise wages to attract talent. And they're losing business to DeFi. Lending and saving, a lot of it is taking place in DeFi right now. Well, what we're seeing is 180 degrees different today than it was a year ago when Janet Yellen, it was roughly a year ago, Janet Yellen said, Bitcoin, environmental problems, illicit activity, money laundering, gambling, all of that. And she just, door shut. And I remember I was asked at the time, and I basically said, she hasn't studied it. She hasn't studied the technology, and she hasn't studied the instrument, the new asset class. Well, it seems like she's been boning up because, again, just the other day, she focused on Bitcoin and crypto generally as, we need to make sure and encourage financial innovation. The US wants to lead, just as it has with many other innovation cycles. And I said to Yassine El-Mandra, our crypto analyst, I said, who's whispering in her ear? Because we began to hear other policymakers on both sides of the aisle talk in this way. And in talking to Michael Saylor earlier, he thinks it's Gary Gensler. Gary understands Bitcoin. He taught about it at MIT before he became chairman of the SEC, and he understands how profound this innovation is. First, global, private, meaning non-government, but it is open source, so public in that sense. Digital, rules-based monetary system ever. So it's a very big idea, and we do not want to be left behind.